I need to. I'm gonna start posting notifications on when I'm gonna go live, so people can anticipate me going live. Because I just go live random times of the day. But I wanted to talk about this topic. First of all, I finally got a job, but it's not permanent. It's not something that is ideally what I want to do. But you gotta realize in life that you gotta count your blessings and just be grateful for what you have and make the most of what opportunities come your way. But yeah, I want to talk about this topic about how these modern women don't want to see guys like us happy, yo. They don't want to see us succeed. They don't want to see us find someone. They rather see us lonely, desolate. They want us to fail, man. You don't notice, but a lot of these women are praying for your downfall. A lot of them don't want to see the best for you. They don't want you to excel in life. And I noticed this because it's like an energy you feel when you're around these modern. It's like these women. What they want to do is they want to reject you, right? They don't want to acknowledge you as a man. But if you end up just moving to another country and find you a woman overseas, they will be the same one that clown you and say you're a sellout. Oh, you sold out on the black woman. You sold out on our race. You're Uncle Tom. You're this and that. But then they didn't even want to even acknowledge you when you was here in the flesh. A lot of them want to see you in a state of. A lot of these women, they don't want you to be happy as a man. They want you to continue to live a life of loneliness and despair, of being frustrated, because they get a hot, it's like they get a kick out of rejecting guys like me, right? It's like they get a kick out of that. So when you just say I had enough and you end up finding a woman from a different race, those same women that rejected you will clown you and make you feel like something is wrong with you for going your own way and say, you know what, I'm gonna find a woman that's compatible with me. And that's what I really believe. Like a lot of these women don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you have a family. Some of them are praying that and hoping that you will stay in the same position that you're in. Because I know that a lot of them are vindictive, are very vindictive. And I understand now that it's like they take your kindness for weakness as a man, and being a guy that have standards and have morals, they hate guys like us. Guys that hold women accountable, they hate guys like us. Because accountability is like kryptonite to women. They refuse to take accountability for anything they do wrong. So when you speak the truth and you're a man that follows certain standards and certain beliefs, they want to make you feel like something is wrong with you for being true to who you are. They rather have a guy that will lie to them and tell them things they want to hear, and then once the guy gets what he wants, he ends up doing her wrong. They get treated like crap, and they then turn around and blame all men for the poor decisions they make. And so they like to shame good men for the poor decisions they make, and they don't like to hold themselves accountability for anything they do wrong, which tells me innately these women do not want to see you happy. They do not want to. They rather see you live in misery, because there's a saying, misery love company, right? So when they're around, that's why this article saying that there's more lonely men than ever was written by a so-called feminist or a gay person. I don't remember exactly, but the person, whoever wrote that article, that was to cater towards modern women, because modern women love to see black men suffer. They love to see you be in a state of confusion, despair, of just loneliness, or they want to see you depressed. They don't want to see you happy. Have you ever dawned on you why there's no like support group for black men out there? Like why women in total, in general, women don't like to they don't like to say we need to do better. We need to support our man. We need to uphold our man to a high regard. They don't look up to us. They look down on us. A lot of these women, They may not even have a job, they may not have a title to their name, but they still think they're better than you. They still look down on black men. But when it comes on to the other races of men, they all of a sudden want to act submissive. They want to cater to them, and they want to like give them a sense of control. Like they have something that they give them that permission to be a man. But when it comes on to being a black man, oh, they want to shame us all day, all night. Like our own races of women, they don't respect us as men. And I noticed that this is a trend. This is something that is embedded in the culture. And these women do not love and appreciate us as men. And it just tells me, right? If you're a black man and you're still struggling and you're still having a hard time with dating these modern women, you shouldn't just stay there in that position and just accept that that's just normal, because it's not normal to live in a perpetual state of loneliness. And men are not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily be lonely, but it's not normal for a man to be alone. Even the Bible said it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make a partner to keep him. We deserve companionship. Us men deserve companionship. But then when we talk about our issues and we bring it up, these women are going to shame us and say, you're not entitled to no woman affection. You're not entitled to a woman love or her to desire you. Like a woman don't have to give you, you could be spending all this time and energy investing into her, and she could still say you're not entitled for her to give you anything. So you tell me you're not entitled, but at the same time you feel like I'm entitled for me to spend my hard-earned money, to spend time and energy into building a relationship, or even investing in you, when you don't even want to reciprocate any of the stuff that I give. So what that tells me, these modern women do not want to see us happy as men. They'd rather just us stay defeated in life, because it gives them a sense of control, or it makes them feel good about themselves, because they hate themselves and they're insecure. So when they come across a good quality man, they take him for granted. They always want to take whatever he has, and what she does is make him feel guilty for the things he desires. As a man, we all desire companionship, right? We desire sex, we desire intimacy. We desire these things because that's what makes us who we are, and that's a part of our biology. But women will shame you as a man for desiring things that comes natural to you as a man. They will say you're being a creep, or you a pervert. Like they will use all these shaming tactics to make you feel guilty for desiring things that's supposed to come to you naturally as a man. So that's what tells me these women, they love to see us suffer. They love to see us like in pain. That it's like it gives them something to talk about. And they when it comes on to the struggles that we deal with as black men in the society that is already stacked against us, the society that really counts us out, that don't even acknowledge us as human beings. We got our own races of women that are plotting against us, hoping that we will fail, and then they appease to the so-called white man. And when it comes on to the position of authority and who they give that authority to, they don't give it to us. They don't allow us to lead as black men. They don't want us to take that role of a leadership, role. They don't want us to take that role. But when it comes on to other races of men, they will allow those men to lead. They won't try to be combative to those men. They won't challenge them in their authority. But when it comes on to us as men, they like to challenge us. It's like they want to overstep their boundaries and not allow us to be the man that we're supposed to be in the relationship. So there is definitely a division that's going on in the dating scene, and it's like we as black men, when we come through, we go through all this stuff in life and we see what's going on. It makes you realize that, yeah, these women do not want to see the best for you. They do not want to see the best for you. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you live your life to the fullest. In fact, they hope and pray that you fail. and they take pride and joy in seeing that nothing good's come out of your life. And what they will keep doing is keep knocking you, keep kicking you while you're down, and keep saying that you're lame, or you're gay, and all this shame and tactics they keep using against you as a man to make you feel less than, to make you feel inferior, to make you feel like you don't have a purpose. And that's why I've realized a lot of these women do not want to see you happy as a man. That's why just you gotta realize that at the end of the day, you gotta do what's important. You gotta do what's best for you. You cannot try to do this to please women, because these modern women, first of all, you cannot please any of these women. They could never be satisfied. You could do all you can to please her, and she could still turn around and cheat on you. She could still take everything that you have and not give you anything in return. And then they just go on with their lives like nothing happened. There's a lot of these women, they're so cunning, where they will just like lead you on a string to make you feel like you have a chance with them, just so you can spend all this resources that should be better spent on bettering yourself on them, where they could take everything from you and just leave you empty handed. And a lot of them are like that. A lot of them are like that. They like to just take what you have and not give anything in return. So they rather see you just fall flat on your face, and they will take nothing. It makes them more happy, and gives them joy to know, oh, this he was starting a business, but I end up preventing him from making something work out of it because I discouraged him, or I distracted him from his business or for his dreams. Because a lot of these women don't want to support you during the time when you're trying to move up, or you start from humble beginnings. What they like to do is discourage you and say, I don't think it's going to work out. And they don't want to support you during the time when you're struggling. They don't want to help you, get back on your feet. What they want to do is discourage you and make you feel like you can't do it and that's impossible. And then when you don't, you don't pursue your dreams anymore, it's like they accomplish what they start. It's like it makes them feel a sense of control over you. I see the comment. Jace, Josh Skillful said, "This is why women are no longer my main priority. I'm just focused on myself and doing what I have to do to better myself." Exactly. That should be your main prerogative. And thanks for the comment, Sims. Seems. Thanks for the comment, Seems. But yeah, I really believe at the end of the day, you should always put yourself first. This is just with anything in life. When it comes on to women, don't ever put a woman before your needs. Don't ever put a woman before your dreams. Don't ever put a woman before your goals. Your goals and your dreams should always come first before these women, because if you stop what you're doing just to please a woman, you have to remember, women emotions change on a daily basis. They could never be satisfied. So you could be doing everything, taking time out of your day to take care of her, and catering to her, do whatever you can to make her happy, and then you stop what you're doing, stop your dreams, stop from going after your dreams. That you got to realize a woman can leave you at any moment, and then all the stuff that you work hard for is going down the drain. That's why you got to put yourself first. Make sure you take care of yourself, your health, take care of just your overall well-being, because these women, they just come and go. They just come and go, just like the weather. The weather never stays the same, and you got to keep that in mind. And they will do nothing. Actually, they want to take you away from your goals. That's why I said the title of the video is like they don't want to be happy, because some of these women, what they want to do is take you away from your goals, take away from your ambitions by not letting you pursue that. Make them your priority. They want you to make them your priority. And if you tell them, I'm busy, I'm focused on something, I got something that I'm working on, they make you feel like, oh, you're not really giving me enough attention. Then they start, telling you, oh, they start saying they're gonna leave the relationship. They start threatening you with all these things, and then they end up going doing stuff on their own. And it's like they want to discourage you from doing things that you love to do. So that tells me, in general, when it comes on to this whole dating scene, everything, It's like these women don't want you to pursue your they don't want you to pursue your goal or reach to your full potential. So, I'm speaking from experience because I realized a lot of valuable time was lost when I was in a relationship with a woman. A lot of time that I was spending on her could have been spent on bettering myself as a man and help progress my life to the next level and to help reach levels that I never expected that I could reach. And you don't realize it until you've gone through it, how much time and energy is being wasted to please a creature. I'm gonna call them a creature, like someone who cannot be pleased. You could spend so much time and energy, and she don't even acknowledge any of the stuff you did for her. In fact, women have a tendency to bring up the negative stuff you do. They don't remember any of the positive stuff. I'm speaking from experience dealing with these modern women. You could be doing 10 things good. Awesome. You always checking up on her, making sure she's doing well. Always, being there for her, supporting her during a hard time. And then you said one little thing that upset her, got her in her feelings. And then she just shut down completely. She doesn't want to open up to you, and she gives you the silent treatment, right? And what she does is just basically withdraw her emotion from the whole thing while you pour your heart out into her, and all of that stuff is gone. All that time and energy you spent on trying to build her up is just completely gone, and she don't remember any of the stuff you did for her that were good. She don't remember any of the positive stuff you did for her. All she remembered is that one incident where she may have asked you, "Oh, can you go do this favor? Can you go pick up this?" And you're like, "Oh, I can't do it right away." And she expects you to do it right away. I'm just giving an example. Or you may say something that upset her, or you may speak the truth and she don't like the truth, because women, they don't like to take accountability for anything they do wrong. And when you call them out for what they did wrong, they get in their feelings, and all of a sudden they shut down. They give you the silent treatment, and it's like they don't remember. They just don't even remember any other stuff you did for her. It's like at that point she don't even care. I'm telling you, because what women tend to do is that they only go based on how they feel, and whatever they feel in the moment is what they do, and that supersedes anything else that happened before. And you could be telling her, "Oh, so you don't remember the time I took time out of my day out of work to take care of you, or to make sure you were like, for instance, she may be sick and she had to go to the hospital, and she asked you for a favor, and you're like, okay, I'm busy right now, but I'll do what I can to help you." And you take time out of your day to make sure she was taken care of. She would not remember any of that stuff, and she would just bring up, "Oh, well, that doesn't really matter at this moment, because how you make me feel right now, that's the reality. Like, I could care less about that stuff." And this is the situation I'm talking about, that happens a lot in the relationship. It's like these women, they just want to see you miserable. It's like they don't want you to be fulfilled and be happy with who you are. Like, especially when it comes on to building a relationship. Relationships are dead nowadays. You can't really have a relationship with these women, because all they want to do is take, 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 and they don't want to give you anything in return. In fact, women expect that you as a man, you should do things for her. And if you ask for anything else, you're misogynistic, you're control, like all these things they like to throw in your face. But then when you bring up the fact that, "Oh, you want me to do these things to you, do these things for you. You want me to be traditional. You want me to um, take care of you. You want me to bring you out. You want me to do these things." But yet, when I ask for these little things, you making a big deal out of it. They're gonna make it seem like, "Oh, you're the problem. They're not the problem." They always like to play the victim, and That's just how they are. That's how they act. That's how they carry themselves. It really is. It's really how typical these modern women behave. It's really typical of how they behave. You got to realize that in this dating scene, that, oh, what's going on right now, these women don't want to improve on. They don't want to improve. They don't want to acknowledge any of the things they did that were wrong. In fact, they like to put the blame on you. They like to make you feel like you're the problem, and that, "Oh, I got an issue, I got something, I got this, I got that." But then when you look at the when you look at the whole picture, when you look at everything and you see how they behave compared to, like, their actions do not match their words. So you could ask for a favor and she could say, I'll think about it, or I'll do it, and then she never follow through. Because a lot of these women are wishy-washy and they tend to not actually follow through with anything they say. But when they ask you to do something, they expect you to do it right away. Right away. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that's the way they are, but what can you do as a man? Because you realize you can't really do anything to please these modern women. And in fact, they rather, like I said, when you're working on trying to get somewhere in life, they don't want to support you when you're down, when you're going through the struggles in life. They don't want to be there to uplift you. In fact, what they want to do is discourage you. They want to tell you, oh, it can't be done. If you want to start your own business, a lot of these women don't want to be there by your side telling you you can do it. It's possible. They don't want to be a cheerleader. A woman's supposed to be a cheerleader. She's supposed to be there by your side, cheering you on when you're struggling, when you feel like all hope is gone. She should be there to encourage you, to let you know anything is possible. But what they tend to do, they tend to be by the bleachers and stand and look at you and tell you and look at from a give you an side eye, and it's like, oh, doubting you, like as if you can't make it. They're not your cheerleaders. These women are not your cheerleaders, man. And then when you end up succeeding and you end up finding somebody else that accept you for who you are, then they want to blame you, or they want to shame you, saying you're a sellout and this and that. So typical. This is typical of how these women behave. But I just wanted to make this video because I realized when I was going through my hardships in life, when I was having a hard time finding a job, it's not no fault of my own. It's because I refused to take the pointy thing, if you know what I mean. Because I refused to do that. I refused to do something that's against my belief. I didn't have a woman say, I mean, that would support me through my times. Like, a lot of these women are just, they have a mindset of someone who just basically follow the herd. They have the herd mentality. So they'll ask me, why you decide not to get the thing? And I said, because I don't believe in it. Like, they make you feel like something is wrong with you. And they don't support you in your beliefs. They don't support you in anything that you do. And then I was going through a hard time, because I've been applying for jobs and I had interviews but no follow up and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? If I was to get that thing, I would have been working. I would have been making a lot of money. But I refuse to sell my soul, because one thing you gotta really believe, what you really gotta stand true to, is what your beliefs are. You cannot change that for anyone. And it's another thing I want to bring up, another topic. These women want you to change your beliefs, your standards, what do you believe in. They want you to change your core belief values to please them, to make them happy. So if there's something you do not do and you not believe is right, they will want you to basically stop what you're doing to please them. And if it's whatever you believe, it's like, I don't believe in going out and drinking. I don't believe in doing this. I don't believe in doing that. They're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like they want you to not stand firm in what you believe in. And yeah, that's another thing too. It's another topic I wanted to talk about. You got to realize in the end of the day, you got to stay true to yourself. You cannot let no one change you, because people want to say, oh, because you're not outgoing enough, you're not doing this enough, you're not doing that. And then a lot of these women would say, oh, they want a guy that is confident, they want a guy that is charming, they want a guy that is this and that treats them good. But when it comes down to their dating selection, they choose the worst type of man. They choose a guy that is the exact opposite of what they want. They want a guy that's emotionally unavailable. They don't want a guy that's be there to support them in that. They choose these type of men, but when they end up getting played and they end up getting hurt, then they come running to guys like us after they've been hit the wall. Then they want us to pick up the slack, but that's not what we're supposed to do. That's why they also want you to suffer during the years that you're in your prime. And when they pass the wall, when they pass that stage now, where they don't have the looks anymore, they're not as fit as they used to be, and they're not as They don't have the fertility, so they can't even give you kids. They want you in their arrogance to come and pick up the slack and clean up the mess of the other guy, and then expect that you as a man got to take care of her and her kids when it's like you haven't even started your own legacy. And it's like they feel like that's normal thing to behave. It's a normal thing for them to believe, and it's like it's just you have to accept it as normal. It's not normal. No man in their right man should be taking care of another man's seed, and no man in their right man should be dealing with a woman after she been hit the wall and after she, because at that point she has nothing left to give you. Sex is not the whole thing. You gotta find someone that completes you 100%, mentally, physically, spiritually, and these women don't really have much to offer, anyways. So, what can you do? You gotta know yourself. You gotta know, like, at the end of the day, I gotta do what's best for me, because what I do right now, I'm focusing on myself. I am making sure I take care of my health, and I got my money right. So now I have a job. I'm working now, so I can start making money saved up, and I'm planning to move. I'm planning to travel. I'm not gonna stay in the States for too long. Why would I stay in a place, right? I've said this before. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Why would I stay in an environment that does not support or uplift me as a man? And you got these women that constantly bashing you and making you feel less than, and they're telling you you're the problem, you're the problem. Even though when you go out there and try to interact with them, they ignore you. They give you the cold shoulders, and that's why the word cold approach, I mentioned this in comment sections before, but that word cold approach has a negative connotation to it. The word cold approach means it's not warm, it's not welcoming. If you got to cold approach these women, right? It's not good for you to cold approach, because in general, right, a woman's supposed to give you choosing signals, right? She's supposed to let you know, she's supposed to be receptive to you. She's supposed to open herself and make, because if a woman likes you, she'll make it easy for you. You don't have to break no wall. You don't have to push. You don't got to feel no friction. It will just be easy for you to talk to her. But if you got a cold approach her, it's not in your best. It's not in your favor. It's not in your best interest to do so. That's why in this whole America, and it's like the culture here, it's like it's negative. So when it comes down to these cold approach, these women take pride in seeing you like being in a state of like desperation. Because to me, you don't hold a position of power when you're cold approaching these women. You do not hold any position of power. In fact, she could do whatever she wants. She could humiliate you. She could lead you on, so she could give you a number and lead you on the whole time. You thinking that you're going somewhere with her, but in actuality, she just using you as an emotional tampon, or she will just use it for attention, or she will just flat out reject you and go about her life. And it gives her pleasure to see she reject you in that type of way. So that's why I really don't believe in this whole cold approach thing, because what these dating coaches would tell you is, it's like they would tell you these pipe dreams. It's like, oh, you just got to go out there and interact with women, right? That's typically what they say. Go out there and interact with women. You just got to put yourself out there. But they don't say the other part. It's not in your best interest to approach a woman if she doesn't give you choosing signal. A woman has to have interest in you for you to build anything with her. If she doesn't have any form of interest, there's no point of you cold approaching her, because you're going to end up getting rejected. I mean, all these guys that talk about their success, they're more failures than success. Why would you as a guy still deal the same thing over and over again? That's insanity. And these dating coaches keep telling you, just keep approaching women. But the whole, like I said, the whole word, the whole term, cold approach, has a negative connotation to it. If it's cold, that means it's not good. Josh Skillful said, now I'm by no means a conservative or a means to get political, but the reason why the whole dating climate is the way it is largely due to liberals who strong belief in taking from man to woman. Strong belief in taking from man to woman. I can't really understand what you said at the end. But the reason why the whole dating climate is the way it is largely due to liberals who strong belief in taking from man to woman. I can you rephrase the last part because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. I kind of see where you're coming from in a way. The whole well, to me, the whole system, due to liberals who strong believe in taking from men to give to women. Um, to me, the whole whether you're a conservative or you're a liberal, at the end of the day, the system as a whole, it doesn't hold men to high regards. It doesn't matter whether you're a conservative, whether you're a liberal. Doesn't matter if you're from the left or for the right. To me, the whole system is corrupt, man. Especially with currently men are choosing better options, right? They're choosing not to fall in the trap of dealing with these women. They're finding alternatives like traveling and doing all this stuff. Men are not staying in the same predicament. But when it comes on to the legal system and how they deal with cases with children, they give primary custody to the mother. Even though there be proof of the mother being abusive to that child, they typically side with the mother. So the system as a whole don't support men, and they don't allow men to have that ability to be fathers. And the system is based upon feminism. So even regards to which side you choose from, the culture is itself is toxic. So women are still gonna have this ideology where they feel like they don't need a man. So even when you try your hardest to show them that I like, even if you believe that women are equal in the eyes of God, even though you believe that women are not, in their eyes, in their mind, they think they could do everything that man can do. But in actuality, when you look at biology, when you look at the whole makeup of everything, we're not created equal. We are not equal. Men and women are not equal. In fact, we are the ones supposed to be in that position of authority. We're the head and not the tail. But women, they don't want to be submissive to men. So the culture as a whole is corrupt. So I don't believe in politics. Right? Politics is not really politics is really, at the end of the day, the system as a whole don't support black men. It doesn't support men in general. But I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something else in regards to how these modern women behave. So when we as men, like, we go through our struggles on a daily basis, right? We talking about the cold approach problem. That's the problem I have with the cold approach. The whole dynamic with that is that the whole word has negative connotation to it. And then what these dating coaches like to do is like to tell you that, oh, it's just based on how you approach the women. It's like you gotta have game, you gotta have the way to talk to them. It's like it's certain things you gotta do. I'm like, why you gotta jump through loops? I mean, I say you got to jump through hoops. Why you got to do all these circular games to impress a woman that don't necessarily even accept you to begin with? If you got to play game, if you got to have game to attract a woman, something is wrong. Something is wrong with that, because a woman should be naturally gravitate to you. She should naturally like you as a man. Like, it should be a mutual thing. It shouldn't be where you have to constantly walk on eggshell to keep her to impress her. So so I don't feel like this whole dating scene is really in the best interest of the man. That's why I said these women don't want to see you succeed, because they know if they give you that leverage, that will lose. It's so-called leverage that is not even real, right? Because at the end of the day, us men have been denied of things that should be freely given. This should be things that are innate to us, right? We as men desire companionship. We desire someone that is compatible with us, somebody that see us eye to eye. But what these women don't want to do is be, yeah, what's up, TFL, man? Women are just straight up mean as hell now. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. They're not friendly, man. And you trying to talk to them, they're gonna clown you. A lot of times, what women will do, if you go up to them and try to talk to them, and they're like, "Who this lame ass dude?" They will clown you, and in fact, they could video record you. You don't know what these women are doing. So why is it that you should go up to them and be made fun of and be humiliated? Because sometimes they're with their female friends, or they they're around people and then they act like you're some type of creep. What women will do is like when they don't find you to be attractive and you're not the so-called guy that they desire, they're gonna label you a creep. They're gonna label you a weirdo. They're gonna be like, "Who's this weirdo person? Like, why are you coming up to me? You're such a weirdo." Like, they will make you feel less than a human being. So it's like these women are not. They're not loving. They're not friendly, like you said. They don't want to make you feel like you're worth somebody. So it's like, why would you put yourself in that type of predicament? Facts. They put you in TikTok in a minute. Yeah, they will definitely do that. Yes, looks matter. They will definitely do that, bro. Like I've seen videos of women clowning men, and they will make a video on post it on Instagram or TikTok, like you said, and they will like clown this man and say, "Look at this creep coming up to me." And in fact, I made videos like that in the past where a woman in the gym will call a guy that maybe mind his own business. He's not even paying her any attention. And she would still say this guy's a creep for staring at me or some other shit. So you can't even go into male spaces without a woman claiming that you're stalking her or stuff like that. So it's baffling to me how these women act and how they behave. And this is the reason why men don't even approach women anymore, because it's like, why would you go to approach a woman that can possibly stereotype you out, and then they make some like they label about you, put it online for everybody to see, and basically ruin your reputation. Because that video I made about this guy that was working out at the gym, and this woman that's so obsessed with herself. A lot of these women are so obsessed with themselves. She was like taking a recorder of herself, like recording herself working out. She wasn't doing any workout. Most of the women don't even go to the gym to work out. I go to the gym a lot. I don't see a lot of these women do not go to the gym to work out. A lot of times they just go to the gym to look a certain way, to just take little pictures of their body parts and stuff like that. But they're not really going out to work out. They're just going there to be pretty. But in that video, she called this guy. She's like this creep or whatever. This guy that was working out. He was actually a trainer at the gym. To make a long story short, she got kicked it out. She got kicked out the gym. And this guy didn't even approach her. He wasn't even looking at her. He may have glanced quickly at her, and then she just like blasted out on him. And it's just like, man, like these women are they're very evil. And what they want to do is ruin your life, ruin your reputation. Like this guy whole life was in jeopardy because can you imagine if he would have went up to her? Yeah, seems there like women are weird, bro. Like they got like they bipolar, man. But like, can you imagine if this guy would have even went up to her and talked to her? She would have said he sexually assaulted her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these different like things you could go through. You could go through you know what I mean? You could go through sexual assault. They could, all these stuff. You could be accused of being sexually assaulting her, like stalking her, all this stuff. If you got to deal with all of this stuff in the back of your mind, why would you approach a woman in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you got to know yourself as a man. Like don't put yourself out there to be rejected, yo. It doesn't do you any favor as a man to put yourself in that type of predicament. Because it's like, you know the outcome already. A woman has to give you choosing signals. She has to show some level of interest in you for you to move forward and to like approach her. Because if she doesn't give you any choosing signal, you're putting yourself in a very bad situation where you could end up getting like humiliated. You could end up, you're going to get rejected most likely, and you're just not going to go anywhere. And even if you end up getting a woman number, because I've approached women a lot. At times they will give you the number, and then when you text them back, they won't respond. Complete waste of time. So the odds are not really stacked in your favor if you try to approach these women, and especially in America. So it's not in your best interest to do so. A woman has to have some level of attraction to you, because when she's attracted to you, she'll make it easy for you to talk to her. You don't have to feel like you're walking on eggshell to please her. But that's just the justification, and that's just the justification that I'm having right now, bro. TFL man says almost every woman bio I read say things like high preference and stuff like that, or they say they aren't looking to meet anyone. It just comes off as mean spirited and like they hate men. That's exactly what the case is. They didn't tell you, oh, if you're not of this height, don't even bother with me, or and like all these stuff, like all these requirements they have for you. Like it's like you gotta be this perfect guy. And then it's like it's like they are, what do you call it? They see how you stack up with other guys. Like I said, they put men in different categories. So if they ask you these questions, they gotta see if you're the type of guy that they desire. They don't want to get to know you as a person. They want to see what requirements you fulfill, how much money you make. You know, what's your height? You know, when it comes down to the height thing, the whole height, you know, if you're not over 6 feet tall, majority of women don't want to deal with you, and it doesn't has nothing to do with person. You know how they say, oh, you gotta have a good personality. It's how you talk to women. It's how you approach women. Really, it comes down to these superficial standards that they have towards men. If you're not tall enough, they don't want to do. They don't want to talk to you. If you're not of a certain look, you know what I mean. Certain things that they expect you to have, certain things that are outside of your control. If you don't have those standards, they don't want to deal with you. I would like to hear your thoughts on socializing and going out, bro. I spoke about that whole thing about socializing. I feel like it's good to meet people and socialize, but I also believe you gotta find people that is like-minded like you. You don't want to be around people that make you feel less than. And a lot of times, women would tend to size you up, and it's like they measure you up against other people. So it's like if you don't have a huge social circle, if you don't got a group of friends that you hang out with, if you're like a guy that likes to just do your own thing, a lot of times women tend to just not want to deal with you because of that. So this socializing thing is we all social beings. At the end of the day, we all desire friendships. We all desire somebody that we can relate to. But I also believe there's a trade off in that too, because it's like if you have to change yourself to be liked by others, is never in your best interest to begin with. Because like a lot of times what people do is they in order for them to be accepted, they change themselves. Like they started acting different and they started behaving differently to please people, and these people don't necessarily even like them. They don't even like. In fact, a lot of time what people do is like they will make you feel like something is wrong with you if you talk, because in group settings I've realized a lot of times when you're around this type of environment is very very toxic. I don't know if it's only me, but I feel like at times when you're talking to people and they realize that you're not like the crowd, or you may stand out, you may have certain beliefs that they don't have, they're gonna make you feel like you're weird. You know what I'm saying? Like something is wrong with you. So you can't even speak your mind. You can't even be true to who you are, because it's like you gotta say certain things. You can't say the way you feel, and that's why I believe even the social scene here is very superficial. So I don't even feel like it's healthy, even in the sense to even bond with people here, because majority of people are very superficial. They're very fake and materialistic. TFL man said, "I feel the loneliest when I go out by myself and see everyone with someone." Yeah, bro, especially a group of women. I feel you when you mention that, because I go out to a lot of these social events, and when you see people with, they have a partner, when they're in a group of people, it does make you feel like you're missing out on something. But at the same time, I realize a lot of times when you try to even interact with these people, they don't even want to even get to talk to you. The social scene here in America is very isolated. So you can't even when there's single people that are out and about and they're looking for friends, they don't even want to interact with people that are single either. It's like the culture is designed for us to be isolated, man. It's meant for us to be separated from people. So it's like you can't reconnect with people on a deeper level. More than once, people only know people through social media or through mutual friends, and it does feel like like you're missing out, because it's like you see people, they're with their significant other, and then you look at your life and like, oh my god, I wish I could have that. But then I realized the grass is not greener on the other side because I was on the other side. I was on the other side before, where I was in a relationship, like about a year or so, and I had to constantly do things to impress. I gotta keep trying to do things to impress this woman. I realized my peace of mind comes first above everything else. You gotta realize when it comes on to just dealing with women, your peace of mind is more important than anything else. And if you're with, because a lot of times people like to pretend like they live in a very happy life. They like to pretend like they got everything figured out, but you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. And a lot of these people are not happy with their life. A lot of these men are living an unfulfilled life. In fact, let me tell you something about a lot of these men. Let me tell you a lot about these. A lot of men are living in a relation. They're having a relationship where the woman is withholding sex for them. A lot of men are married to women and they don't have sex with their woman for months on end. A lot of men feel like they're tied or locked down. They can't really do much because when I was in a relationship, I realized a lot of times what women would do is like once they feel like they have you locked down to them and they got you tied to them, they will start being manipulative. And it's like you constantly got to walk on eggshell. And whenever you do certain things to upset them or offend them, they will hold sex from you. They use sex as a weapon. And it's like, you want me to do all these things for you, but yet when I ask for stuff that I want, you make me feel like something is wrong with me. They will throw it in your face and make you feel like you're some type of predator or something like that. So it's hard, and I agree with you. It feels like you're missing out, and I do feel like that at times. But I realize I've been through it before, and the grass is not greener on the other side, bro. It's not. In fact, if you constantly trying to think about how to impress somebody, because a lot of these men in relationship, they constantly got to walk on eggshell, man. Exactly, bro. They always test you because they feel like you need them. Exactly. And another thing they do is they make you feel as if they could replace you. And in fact, they always got a guy lined up to that is like at their begging call. You call these beta male orbiters. They always got those men lined up. So they're gonna make you know that if you fuck up, if you screw up, they could replace you in a heartbeat. And typically, that's what they do in this culture because what they do, these women, they have so much access to different men that even when you're in a relationship with them, they will subliminally send out these ad hominem attacks to you to make you feel like, oh, you're not measuring up to her standards, and they could just get rid of you and like you don't even mean anything to them. So that's another problem too in this culture. Right. The sad thing is that it's true. They can easily just leave you. And yeah, that's another downside in being in a relationship. This is why relationships to me are dead because a man could invest all this time and energy into her, and all she do and all the money you spend on her, all of that go down the drain once she just leaves you. And women, like I said, they never stay the same. Their emotions change like the weather. One moment they like you, next moment they hate you. One moment they want to be around you, one moment they want to avoid you. I'm telling you, man, it's a mind fuck dealing with these modern women. Speaking from experience, when you're in a relationship with women, you can never expect her to be the same. Every day is gonna be something new, and you gotta know how to ride the wave. But a lot of these women bring a lot of turbulence. They don't even the wave is not even calm. It's like it's turbulence coming with it. It's a lot of it's like a tsunami, yo, and you can't ride that shit. Cause a lot of women bring a lot of baggage into the relationship. They tend to want you to take on all their burden. But then if you show any signs of weakness, they will leave you in a heartbeat, man. Let me see. Didn't Beyonce make a song like that? You must not know about me. Oh yeah, that song, man. There's so many songs like that. Or there's another artist that says, I forgot her name, man. I forgot the name. I'm blanking out right now. Right, a relationship is basically a verbal contract. You can put your all into it, and they can still end up betraying you. It's like a bad business deal. Yeah, it's like you don't get the best out of it. You know what I mean? You don't get like what you put into it. It's like investing in the stock market and the stock market crash. But in fact, at least you know if you invest in the stock market and you put money in it, it's gonna eventually appreciate over time. But you could invest in a woman and put all your energy and focus into her, and she could take everything with it and leave you empty-handed, and you basically end up being heartbroken and stuff. You end up being heartbroken, you end up feeling manipulated, you end up feeling abused, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it really is not in your best interest to get in a relationship nowadays, because like these women don't even want to reciprocate anything you give to them. If you ask them for something, they make it seem like you asking them for the world. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do nothing for you, but yet they want you to be traditional to them, traditional for them. And guys are opening up their eyes now, and they've seen the truth for what it really is. It's like it's not really in their best interest now to invest all this time and energy into the relationship, because most of these women, they don't appreciate anything you do for them. A lot of them are opportunistic in terms of like, how can I get something out of him without getting anything in return, giving anything in return, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just the world we live in, man. And like I said, I come back, going back to the point I'm making, that these women don't want to see you happy. What they want you to do is they want to take everything you have, yo. They really want to take everything. Like literally, they will suck you dry. They like parasites. So whenever you have money, right? Because whenever you have something that is of value, something that you can give, they will come to you and make you feel like they like you. They'll manipulate you to thinking that they really like you, but in honor and respect, what they want is your resources. They don't really want to get to know you as a person. I know it's really nothing we could do, but what would you change in order to make it more balanced? I think the man, in order to like change things and make things more in favor of dating, we're gonna have to travel. I think that's the only way we can really balance out how the dating scene is, because these women are not gonna change. In fact, they're gonna get worse, and the dating scene is only gonna perpetuate, continuing this like very vicious cycle. And I'm a very intelligent man. I know how to carry myself, yo. I got a bachelor's degree, not to boast and all that shit, but I got something to prove. Like I got my own place, I got my own apartment. I have a degree in biochemistry. I work in the medical field. I have stuff to prove. Like I don't got nothing to prove to these women. What I meant to say, I don't got anything to prove to them. I don't got anything to prove to them, so I don't gotta keep trying to prove myself to them to like me, bro. I'm the catch at the end of the day. I know if I travel to another country, I will be seen as the prize. These women value men. They don't take men for granted. In America, you're just another nigga. You've been curious about traveling too? Yeah, I think this is what we have to do as men, because why would you stay in a country where it's like you constantly getting rejected and you're not going anywhere with these women, and you're just being told that, oh, you're not doing enough, you got to be, listen, like look at my situation, yo. I box. I'm in very good shape. um I have a college degree, bro. I got all the things that should make me attractive to the opposite sex, right? But why is it that I'm still having a hard time with finding a good quality woman? It seems like guys who sell drugs, guys who commit crime, guys who do things that are illegal, guys that break the law are the ones who have an easy time getting women. They seem to never run out of women. They never seem to not have a plethora of women to choose from. Women seem to just fall in your lap. But a guy like me, who have standards and who have morals and actually strive to do great things, we don't get no love from these women. They have all these ridiculous standards, but it's like, what do you got to show for me? What do you have to offer to me as a man? What do you bring to the table? They don't bring anything. Seems said, saw this chick posted on Facebook that she's gonna use her toys. If a man posted that, he would be crucified. Yeah, a woman could say anything in line and get away with it, man. They don't hold women to account to high regard to anything they say or do. They could say they don't need a man. They could say a man ain't shit. They could say men are a bunch of pigs. They could do all this stuff and shame men. And society won't ridicule them. They won't criticize them for anything they say. But let a man say, I don't need a woman. A man, woman ain't shit. You know what I mean? He will get shamed for everything. Just like TFL man said, he will get shamed for everything. A man can't speak his mind. In fact, it's funny how men we a man could say, I don't like a girl that's overweight. In fact, Lizzo is being celebrated for being overweight. How is that something to be celebrated for? She's unhealthy. She's not taking care of her health. She's not obviously in good shape. Like, what kind of man will want to deal with a woman like that? And yet, when you say I don't want a woman who's overweight, not just women and just society in general will say that you're shaming women for saying you want a woman that's fit, even though that's something that you should ask for and you should have as a man, a woman that's fit, friendly, and cooperative. But when you ask for these basic things, they say you're misogynist. You're misogynist. So you're telling me, okay, a woman could have all these ridiculous standards. They could say, unless you're not 6 feet tall, I don't want anything to do with you. And no society don't look at it as like, oh, why is she singling out these other men? You don't even know these other men. They could be a great match for you, but instead of you trying to get to know them, you're judging them based on their height. Society don't hold women to that standard. They don't hold them accountable for that. They be like, oh, she has preference, right? They would say a woman have preference. She could choose what other man she decides to date. But let a man say, oh, I want a woman that is not overweight. Oh, how are you gonna shame women like that? How are you gonna talk to women like that? Do you hate women? You hate your mother? They will shame you for having standards and having your own preference too. Even though a woman's supposed to be, it's not like something that let me tell you the difference between this is when I hate when women bring about this height thing. Always a preference, right? Versus weight. Let me tell you the difference between height and weight. When it comes down to height, that's something you can't control. You can't not control how tall you are. But when it comes down to weight, you can control how much you weigh. A woman can control her weight. If she goes to the gym and she works out, she can control her weight. But a man can control how tall he is. So there's not even in the same category. They cannot compare the two. So when it comes down to height, a woman is just discriminating against a man for the simple fact he's not tall enough, even though he can't control how tall he is. And of course, people got their preference, but there's so much good men so much good men have been turned down by women for the simple fact they're not tall enough, even though that man would be a great match for that woman. And here's another thing too. They think just because they deal with a tall man, their kid's gonna end up being tall. You know what I mean? Tall people I've read upon that had short kids. And there's people who are not necessarily tall who end up having short kids. So it's not like you're gonna hit the genetic lottery either. Even when a woman deal with a tall man, society makes reality feel like an asylum. It does. It feels like you're in a prison, man. The Matrix, man. I really want to leave. I want to leave. I want to break free from the Matrix. That's a whole different topic for the day. I'm gonna make another topic for that because I feel like this is why it goes back to the topic. Women don't want to see you happy. They want to see you be stuck in the Matrix, where you constantly are in a hamster wheel and trying to constantly run around the hamster wheel, not going anywhere in life, being told, oh, you just got to try harder. You're running on the hamster wheel, right? You're like, I'm running on this hamster wheel, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm going around in circles. And these women are like, oh, you're not got enough swag. You're not this, you're not that. And you're like, okay, maybe I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to keep trying harder to impress these women. So you're constantly on the hamster wheel, running around in circles, constantly trying to improve yourself, try to be more desirable to the opposite sex, and you realize no matter how hard you try, you still end up in the same position where you started at, which tells you it's not you the problem, it's society as a whole. So what you have to do is get off the hamster wheel and say, fuck it, I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna go a place where I'm accepted or women appreciate me. Cause it's like these women don't want you to be happy, man. They want to keep you in a perpetual state of loneliness and depression, and they don't want you to live up to your full potential, man. And I'm always trying to improve myself. I'm the type of person that take pride in bettering myself as a man. So I'm not like the type of person I'm not. See, People think that, oh, if you're not in a relationship or you're not with a woman, it's because you're lazy. You don't do anything. Like, it's not even about you. It's a lot of times you deal with these women, they don't even want to even deal with you to begin with because they think you're not up to their, you don't measure up to their standards. But it's like they don't look at you as a man. They don't appreciate you for who you are. They expect you to do things for them. You get what I'm saying? So it really is rigged, man. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. But yeah, that's just that's honestly how it is right now. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that just I'm not going out there and I'm going out there, but I see nothing's gonna change because the culture is not gonna the culture is still, it's toxic. It's not really good. Their minds are perverted. They believe height equals 70 inches. That's all they think about, long rods. They can't fool me with their non act. Yeah, I mean the standard is ridiculous, bro. And it's like, wait, if I don't have a girlfriend, people clown you too. They're like, oh, you don't got a girlfriend, you don't got this and that. But it's like, wait, I'm trying to improve my life, but yeah, I see people that don't even work hard as me, and they have an easier time finding a mate. And I realize it's not even about how hard they work. It's not really about their person. It's about the perception they have of how the woman perceives them, right? And there's guys who are absolute bums. Guys who don't even have a fucking degree to their name. Guys don't even have a job. Guys don't even fucking have anything going for themselves, and they still got women. They still got women to deal with. I'm like, wait, what do these guys have that I don't have? In fact, they don't got nothing to show for themselves. But these women are still choosing those type of men, which means these women in general are trash because like attract alike, right? So if you know your value and your worth as a man, why would you settle for a low hanging fruit? Because most of these women are low hanging fruit, man. They don't got anything to offer to you but a bunch of baggage, a bunch of headaches, and just take advantage of you, bro. They just take advantage of you. Speaking from experience, man, the worst day of my life was when I was in a relationship, bro. Even though you get the sex and all that stuff, none of that shit even mattered at the end of the day, because if you don't have the peace of mind, if you're not happy if you're not happy in that relationship and you constantly got to do things to impress her, that sex, it is what it is. And it's crazy because the women that are toxic, don't get me wrong, the sex is good, but then it's like, man, I gotta do all this work to get the box. I gotta do all this shit to get access to something that it's not. It's just temporary. It's not gonna fulfill you in the long term. But yeah, society make you feel like you're not worth anything if you don't have that. And I'm here to tell you, bro, the grass is not green on the other side. But yet we all desire that. It's normal. It's natural for us to desire that because we are men. You know what I'm saying? It's natural for us to desire sex, companionship. It's natural for us, the men, to desire that. But they'll throw in your face and make you feel guilty for desiring that. TFL man said, bro, I was thinking recently that I truly never felt like women love me, and I have dealt with women before. Bro, a woman don't really necessarily love you. They only love you for what you could do for them, It comes down to this. When, like I said, I've been in a relationship and I was in a year relationship. At first, what a woman will do, they will make you feel like you're the only person they like. You're the only person they love. And then when you end up dealing with them, and you end up, even if you end up giving her the best sex, because I'm speaking from experience. This woman I was dealing with, she's like, I was the first guy that make her. I want to be explicit, but I was the first guy to make her do this in amount of time, right? And even if you do all of this shit, you still gotta do more to impress her. And I'm like, wait, so you could fulfill her in the bed, you could fulfill her in a emotionally, mentally, and she could still think she could do better, bro. I'm telling you right now, women, they only go based on how they feel in the moment, right? And their emotions change, like I said, like their emotions fluctuate throughout the day. And you could be thinking you're on good terms. Women are agent of chaos. who this person that said that? Women, I forgot this person's name. But women are agents of chaos, right? Like you could be in a relationship with this woman, everything's going perfectly fine. There's no arguments, there's no bickering, there's no going back and forth. And next thing you know, she brings up something that's totally irrelevant to what was going on in the relationship, something that had nothing to do with you. And it's like she creates drama out of nothing. And it's like they love drama, they love arguments, they're agent of chaos, bro. So you can't please these modern women, bro. You cannot. Because even if you're doing all the right things, she'll find something to fuck it up. She'll find something that will sabotage that relationship, bro. Women don't hold themselves accountable to anything they do wrong. You know what I'm saying? And like they don't love you for who you are. They only love you for how you make them feel. It's all about how they feel, their feelings. It's all about the way you make them feel. It's not about how she make you feel. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're doing all this stuff to please her. You could be, like I said, you could satisfy her, you could give her the best sex of her life. Um, you could do everything to please her in the bedroom, bro. And she still think you're not good enough. She could still have all these, you know what I'm saying? Like she could still be unsatisfied. How is it that you could do everything in your power to please her, but she still have problems. She still don't accept. She still don't appreciate you. She still got issues. She still bring up unnecessary drama. This tells me, at the end of the day, she only care about how she feels. She don't really care about you, and you can't please these women. You cannot please them. You gotta just focus on yourself and just do what's best for you. And as we go along in our life journey, and we see how this thing is playing out, the culture is definitely not going to change. In fact, we're going to become even worse now because their standards are going all the way up, and now they don't even want to deal with an average guy. A guy could be making 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a year, and she still thinks she's entitled to a guy that make over 100,000, even though she don't even have any job to her name, even though she may be living with her parents. She don't got nothing to show for it. She got her standards. Why is it that a woman could have all these ridiculous standards, but when it comes on to you, when it comes on to her, what does she has to offer you? What's the trade-off for you having all these standards for me, but you got nothing to offer me? You got what I'm saying? So yeah, it really is not in your best interest, man. A lot of times we live in a world that is just, it doesn't appreciate good men. It doesn't appreciate good men. You could do all these things and you will never be good enough for these women. So thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments. And yeah, I just felt like I wanted to upload for this time because I have to work tomorrow, but I'm gonna go get her, man. I don't let my distractors, I don't let my haters bring me down or like make me feel less than. I know myself. I've always strived to better myself as men because I believe that's what makes us masculine. It's like achieving goals, breaking barriers, doing things that we never thought were possible. That's what makes us men. If we just accept just defeat, that's not gonna make us fulfill it. It's not gonna give us any sense of fulfillment in ourselves. We as men gotta conquer the world, man. That's why God created us in His image, you know. And it's not normal for a man to be alone. Like I don't, you know, for people to say, this is a different video for another day. But I can't stand people who say the right one will come along, because it shouldn't be where you have to be like, oh, I gotta wait for the right person. Yo, life ain't waiting for nobody. Time does not wait for anyone. As you go along the day, the time is clicking, the time is ticking, the time is ticking, and each day that goes by is one less day added on, subtracted from your life. Tomorrow is not promised for nobody. You could be here one day and be gone the next. So why is it that people tell you to wait? Be paid. Yo, waiting ain't guaranteed. It's no guarantee that life is gonna promise. It's no guarantee that you're gonna live to see another day. Tomorrow's not promised for no man. So when somebody tell you, oh, just be wait, the right person will come in. This man, if they tell you gotta wait and the right person, they just telling you, bro, they just feeding you a bunch of bullshit, because they're not. Yo, life doesn't wait on nobody. You shouldn't have to wait. You should go out there and take what's rightfully yours, man. That's the way I approach life. That's the way I see it. Anything in life you want, you gotta go out there and take what's rightfully yours. You think I'm gonna wait and sit by and let life pass me by when I fucking got life to live? I got things to accomplish, man. I'm gonna go out there and take what's rightfully mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm boxing, I'm doing all these stuff. I'm getting to mixed martial arts and stuff. I'm doing shit that makes me happy. I'm not gonna sit by and just like a pity party. You know what I'm saying? That's why they want you to. They want you to be defeated. Like women want you to be defeated, bro. You can't give them that power. You gotta go out there and take what's rightfully yours, man. You know what I'm saying? And do things that makes you happy. Bring some sort of fulfillment in your life. Because I'm telling you, these women come and go. One moment they're with you, one moment they're gone. Even though you be good, you giving them. Like I said, I'm gonna just say this, right? This woman I was with, she said I was the first guy to make her. If you know what I'm trying to say, I was the first guy to make her do that this amount of time. I give her the best, yo. Even if you give her the best sex, bro, she could still leave you, bro. What that tells you, you can't please these women, bro. You cannot. Like you gotta understand as a man what your worth is, cause a lot of times these women will make you feel like you're not worth anything, and they don't got nothing to offer you. Even the sex, like listen, pussy is way too overrated, bro. Pussy is way too overrated. People put too much value on pussy when there's more women on this earth than men. So in fact, the price of pussy is way too overpriced. A woman be charging their shit, charging a lot of money for pussy where it's not even worth anything to deal with, yo. And the thing too, you gotta realize, a lot of these women, they don't even take care of their hygiene. They don't even take care of themselves. They're not clean. They're not even clean down there. I'm speaking of it. I remember one time I was dealing with this one woman. I was chilling with her, and like she let me finger her, right? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a story, bro. I was just chilling with this woman. She didn't want to give up the pussy, bro. She was playing hard to get, but she let me finger her. We was at the cafeteria and shit. Yo, I was fingering this woman, right? I kid you not, bro. When I fingered her and I smelled my hand, I almost passed the fuck out, bro. I almost passed the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? Yo, I almost passed out. I couldn't make a scene because there were people, but like a lot of people not close to us, but there was people on the corner, like they would have noticed I was fingering a bitch. But when I smell my hand, yo, that shit stinks so fucking bad. I'm like, yo, why these bitches don't have good hygiene, bro? I like they don't clean down. Yo, majority of these women do not take care of their body, yo. They got bad hygiene. This shit stink like I don't know what to explain, bro. That's what I'm saying. A girl could be looking attractive as fuck. She could be having the looks and all that shit, and she stinks down there, bro. So that's why there's a saying, she act like her shit don't stink. Cause a lot of these women, their shit literally stink, and they act like they're too good for you. They look down on you like they have their nose all up in their hair and shit. And their shit literally stink. And like you don't even know it until you deal with them type of woman. You're like, damn, yo, she look good physically, but her shit down there stink, yo. That's why you're not supposed to put these women on a pedestal. But society like us to do that shit. They want us to put women on a pedestal, bro. It ain't worth it, man. The juice is not worth the squeeze. And I'm telling you, a lot of these women, they don't take care of their body. They got a lot of baggage, Like, I'm telling you, bro, women will come in they'll be in a relationship with you, and then they'll bring up stuff that happened to them in their past. They bring their past pain, their past hurt, all the stuff that happened to them in their past, they bring it to the current relationship. And they want you as a man to take up all that baggage. And you cannot have any, you get what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying? So, yo, I'm telling you, man, it's not all that it's worth out to be, bro. And you gotta know that at the end of the day, we all men desire companionship, though. Men in general, I think we desire companionship more than sex. In my honest opinion, a man just wants somebody who they could get along with, someone who sees them for who they are. And yeah, at the end of the day, we all desire sex, but I believe companionship is worth more than sex. Because it's like, if you deal with a woman just for the sex, and she's not bonded, you're not bonding with her, you're not building with her, the sex is not gonna mean anything. It's just gonna be like a feeling that just a little like a temporary high. Just like when you smoke weed, you get that temporary high, and after that shit, it fades away. It's like you lust after it more, and that's the thing. When you have sex, you lust after it more and more, but it doesn't fulfill you as a person. But when you have a companion, somebody who fulfills you more than mentally and emotionally, when there's other aspects of it that's involved other than sex, it gives you a sense of fulfillment, right? So us men, we all desire companion, but are these women providing that for us? No, they're not really providing that for us. They just give us the bare minimum. They just do little things like they give us a little thing like they get a little bite, and then they have us on a leash to keep chasing after them, chasing after them, chasing after them, seeking their attention, their validation. That's why you gotta. That's why I said, as a man, it's important for you to focus on yourself. Make sure you put yourself first before these women, because they don't appreciate you as a man. They don't appreciate anything you do. They don't appreciate anything you do. You gotta focus on yourself and do what makes you happy. But I'm about to finish up this video. If you guys have anything else, you guys have anything else left to say? Anything else? I'm personally, I like to show my face. I'm not like, who you see is who you get. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shy, camera shy, and all that stuff. I'm still working on certain things I could do better, but I'm just speaking from the heart, bro. I'm not like, you don't see me edit. I don't edit in my videos. I don't do no sound effects. I don't do any of that stuff. I speak what's from my heart, and what you see is what you get. But thank you guys for tuning into my live. You guys have any other comments you want to add? What you guys think about the video? You agree? You disagree? I'm sure you guys agree with what I'm saying. Like, guys who are already in my live stream kind of relate to what I'm saying. But yeah, I started my job. I got this job now. It's not really what I studied or what I went to school for, but it will do for now because it pays the bills and stuff. And at the end of the day, you gotta realize, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you got your bills paid, you got food on the table, you're taking care of yourself. You're doing what you need to do. You're going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I box. You know what I'm saying? I'm in good shape. Like, I'm doing things that's beneficial for me as a man. As long as you're doing these things to better yourself, bro, fuck what these bitches gotta say. Fuck these hoes. In fact, do things that makes you happy, because that's what's gonna give you some sense of like fulfillment in this fucking sick, demented culture we live in, bro. We gotta also encourage men and uplift other men too, because we all going through the struggles in life, yo. We all going through this shit. We all going through it, man. You know what I'm saying? We all going through our own struggles in life, but we gotta always look out for one another. We gotta be our own brother's keeper, because most of us don't got anybody else to talk to besides our own brothers. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys have anything else left to say? You guys want to leave any other comment? Because I'm about to finish up this live stream. But thank you for tuning in, TFL man. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first time I see you, come into my live. Be on the lookout for more. I'm not gonna be able to post a video tomorrow because I'm gonna be working. I should be free sometime this weekend. But if I have time, I would try to come every now and then if I have time. But I don't know, because I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be super busy and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing what I can. When I have the free time, I will do so. What else I gotta say? Shit. I think that's about it. Oh, also, if you could donate to my Cash App, $being resilient, I'll put it in the title of the video. Any donation would be gladly appreciated. We gotta help support each other. Like, if you see a brother have a business, help support your brother, man. That's another problem. I need to make another video. I might make another video separately later on, that we need to support our brothers, man, because you got a lot of these brothers out here that are spitting truth. You got a lot of brothers that are speaking true shit, and they don't got no support. They don't got nobody that's donating to their Cash App. They got nobody that's like, giving, liking or commenting and shit. So it's like, if we're not supporting each other, right? How are we supposed to reach to the next level where we need to reach in life? we need to uplift each other and support each other. Not just say, "Oh, I like your content and stuff," but actually do something to show that you support the person. Like, donating, send a donation of appreciation, bro. Because we in a battle. It's a war out here. We gotta support each other, man. So, if you guys have a business inquiry, like, we need to look out for one another. None of this like hating on your own brother. We gotta help each other. We gotta help each other. We in a battle, yo. We in the fight. And a woman could like literally show a little bit of cleavage, show a little bit of ass cheeks hanging out, and she has to just post on Instagram, or put on OnlyFans. She make hundreds and thousands of dollars, bro. But you got brothers out here like me who are speaking the truth, who are putting, like, literally going through real shit, and they don't got no support from the brother. So we gotta uplift each other. We gotta help each other out. I'm gonna make another video about that, bro. We need to. Brothers don't help each other out, man. And if we want to escape the matrix, we're gonna have to look out for one another. Like, if you really want to get out the matrix, bro, if we want to free ourselves from the chain, the shackles of life, we gotta help support each other, man. We gotta come up with ways we could create our own business, ways we can help each other grow financially. Because in order for us to break free from the matrix, we gotta grow financially, man. We gotta come up with innovative ways to make money, man. None of this live in a state of poverty. None of this continue in a perpetual state of like being defeated by this world and by what's going on, bro. Because these women don't want to see you succeed, but we gotta prove them wrong, man. We could do this, man. We could do this. We can overcome these obstacles. We are men. We're supposed to, we make strive to get better. We do things and make it work. But anyways, I digress. About to finish this video. Thank you for tuning in. Whoever is still watching my live, thank you. Let me give a shout out. Thank you, TFL man. Thank you for the comment. Thank you, Seam Alexander, for the comment. Thank you. Who else? There's another guy that comment underneath it. Josh Skillful, thank you for the comment. Thank you. Yes, looks matter for the comment. Thank you. I think that's about it. That's everyone. I think that's everybody. Thank you guys for the comment, man. Thank you for the support. Leave a comment, leave your thoughts, and subscribe and like the video. Also be on the lookout for more videos. Like I said, I'm kind of busy now because I just started working. Let me tell you something too. I wanted to also address this thing. When you receive, I wanna give a word of, I don't know who this is for, but I want to encourage you right now to not accept defeat, bro. Not accept no for an answer, yo. Because I was in a situation where I was working at my former job and I got laid off because they were changing some new things in the company. And I could have been hired already for jobs that I applied for, but I refused to get the pointy thing, if you know what I'm talking about. And I had plenty of opportunities to work, but it's something about me where if I believe in something, I'm not going to go back on. I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to I'm saying I'm not going to let anybody change my mind. I'm not going to change who I am, and I'm gonna stand true to who I am and what I believe in. But I eventually end up, talking to someone, and in the course of the conversation, I mentioned that, I just end up talking to this person about a job. I think I asked this person if they're a supervisor. And he's like, yeah, I'm a supervisor for this company. And then I end up getting the job the very same day. So, yo, you gotta I want to know who this message is for. Yo, do not let nobody discourage you from going out there and getting the shit done, man. It can be done, bro. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the haters. Yo, people tell you you're a failure. You're not good. Yo, go out there and conquer what's yours, man. Take what's rightfully. Even if you fail, bro, it's better to fail and fail and try than not try and not get anywhere, bro. I don't know who this is for, but yo, just go out there and try. I'm not talking about women, because women come and go. I'm not talking about, when it comes up to these women. You know how these women are already. I'm talking about your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, things that you want to fulfill in your life. Like, yo, if you say, oh man, I don't have a job, because I was getting rejected a lot, bro. I applied for over 50 jobs and I had like about 30 interviews and I pretty much got the same response. Oh, we like we like what you have to say. You seem like a good fit. I have experience, extensive years of experience. But the reason why they wouldn't hire me, number one, I didn't get the pointy thing, if you know what I mean. And also discrimination. As a black man, when you're applying for these high position jobs, they don't want to hire you because they don't want you to reach that level where you reach some level of authority. They want to keep you in this level of complacency. They don't want you to reach to the next level. So I was the type of person that always had ambition. I always wanted to do the best that I can to reach to the next level. And I just did it. I didn't take no for an answer. Now I'm out here. I'm working. It's not what I normally was making before, but to me, it's better than nothing. And it's a blessing now because majority of the jobs are requiring you to be vaccinated. I work in the medical field. I'm a medical technologist. I work alongside doctors. In fact, people think I'm a doctor because I pretty much do a lot of similar things. I work in the medical field, so I'm in that environment. You know what I mean? I was making good money. I'm talking about like, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but over 80K, I was making good money until this whole situation changed my life. And then it's like, I'm not making as much as I used to do now. But the crazy thing about this job is that they didn't require me to do any drug testing. I had to do no background, all this crazy stuff you got to do that takes up a whole bunch of time, like months. You know what I mean? Like a long time for you to start working and actually making money. Like, yo, you can start right now. I started that same day. I took a day off. Tomorrow I'm going back. But that's what you got to do. You got to go out there and be proactive, man. You cannot sit down and let life beat you up because these women, that's what they want to have. That's what they want you. They want you to be defeated by life. But you got to be like, no, you got to pick your head up and be like, no, I refuse to accept this. Because if I would have I'm telling you, it could be deflating at times to see this, nothing going out of it, nothing come out of it, nothing come out of it. Failure after failure after failure, rejection after rejection after rejection. But to me, I just take that and I use that as motivation to keep striving to get somewhere in life. Because to me, rejection and failure is the best teacher in life. Because I learned what to do differently next time. And I never take no for an answer. Like, I always do the best that I can to better my life. And I'm in the position where I'm at now where I can make some money, save some money. And my ultimate goal is to travel. I'm going to make another video about, I'm going to move out the state because I'm not getting anywhere with these women. And I'm just not going to be in a place where it's not fulfilling me as a man. So I'm going to make another video for another topic. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, just do you, man. Just don't be a failure. You're not a failure, yo. I don't want none of you guys to say you're a failure. I know it's hard, bro, because it's not easy when you feel like you're by yourself and you get rejected all these times. But you're not a failure, man. You got to tell yourself, I'm not a failure. I can be more than what I think I am, yo. I'm more than a conqueror, yo. And that's what I tell myself all the time. But yeah, just keep your head up. And don't give up. And you can make it. So I'm gonna finish this video up. It's been going on for an hour and 28 minutes, but I think that's about it. What else can I say? I left the video at this. I'm gonna come live possibly later today. What the hell happened? I should just cut off. All right. That's it. All right, finish up the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I gotta go wash some clothes. I gotta run some errands, but I might come live later today in the night or so. But be on the lookout. Take care. Thank you guys for the comments and likes. I appreciate everything, and be safe out there. Take care. Bye.